and welcome to the Trading Bell. Glad that you have joined us. Now today we're diving into one of the renowned company when it comes to insurance, not just here in Kenya, but even in the region. And we're talking about APA Insurance. Sounds quite familiar? I'm sure probably it does. And I'm here to speak to an amazing gentleman, Ashok Shah, the CEO of APA. Ashok Shah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Manya. It's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent, and thank you for hosting me as well. First of all, I want to start by congratulating you on being recognized as Africa's Insurance CEO of the Year 2025. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely, and probably we could start on that note and ask you, what do you think made you and APA stand out from your peers, and how does this reflect on your values and cultures that you have fostered here?
Well, firstly, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
It was a surprise because I didn't even know that some of the team had actually entered my name into this year's competition.
Wow.
This was the 10th year of these awards.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really a big surprise, and I would say that it was a very pleasant surprise. Because what it does is it recognizes the amount of work that we have put in and what we have created to show that that I am the Africa's CEO.
Yeah.
And actually, what it is that it shows that what we have done in insurance and what we are trying to do is standing out.
Absolutely.
As APA Apollo, in the last since our inception, we have been trailblazers. We covered HIV when nobody wanted to cover it, and when COVID came, we made a decision that we will basically pay the full amount for COVID, for the people who are insured with us and who had COVID. So those are the areas that we took in. But then we also went into the microinsurance area, where we were covering pastoralists. For 10 years with Ilri and APA Apollo, we were actually pioneers of the pastoralist insurance cover. And we have done the smallholder covers for smallholder farmers in Kenya. We have covered up to about 2 million of them.
Wow.
So those are the trailblazing things that we have done.
Excellent.
But the other area that we can pride in is that our culture and what we are saying now, ensuring happiness. We want to make sure that anybody who deals with APA Apollo is actually happy with our service, happy with our covers, and be able to go out there and say that we are proud to be associated with APA.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of work, especially in managing such a large number of staff and creating such a culture. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
You know, when I'm sitting here and looking at you, since 1977, that's a rich legacy. And I feel like we should have another conversation on just the ups and the downs that you've had to go through for us to have that. But for today, I just want to ask you a straightforward question. What did you say is a secret? Because this is not just some years, these are decades that we're talking about.
Well, I studied chemistry.
Yes.
And from chemistry, what happened was it was just by chance that I got into insurance because, it was difficult to get a job in chemistry.
Oh, that was your background?
Yes.
Wow.
And so then I was given an opportunity to work with a broker and I started selling insurance. What it is that what I believe is that what I learned in the beginning was that insurance is one of the best problem solutions that you'll find in this world. There's nobody who will be able, there's no better product than insurance.
Absolutely.
So I believe in insurance because you see, when you take out an insurance policy and you paid your first premium, if anything happens to you after having paid that premium, the insurance company has to pay the full amount that you're insured for. They might have received, the cover might be 10 million shillings, you might only have paid 10,000 shillings in premium, but they will have to pay that 10 million shillings. So that is important. So what the reason why APA Apollo is where we are is that what we believe is that we must keep our promise.
Absolutely.
And by keeping the promise and making sure that our insureds are happy, we continue to grow.
You're right.
And recently, I think for the first time, there was a brand survey that has been done. And for the first time, several insurance companies have been included in the top 25 in the brand survey. So what has happened is that APA is one of them. So it shows the success that we have had. We started off small. We've grown over the years. We did the first merger with Pan Africa. And that's where APA was formed, Apollo Pan Africa. And now, the only Pan Africa legacy is with APA. That's number one. Then what happened was, we got Swiss Re to come in as a shareholder. Swiss Re is world's second largest reinsurer. And for them to be willing to put money into Apollo means that they had confidence in us. Then recently what happened was last year, we got Hollard to come in as another shareholder. So what has happened is that we have international institutions which believe in us, and they are supporting us. So we can see that there must be some magic, something right that we are doing that is bringing people to support us in different ways.
Absolutely. Yes. Wow, lovely. Thank you so much for summarizing that. One would ask the question, when you look at the insurance penetration in the country, we're still saying we have a very low penetration, single digit actually. Yes, I don't know, and I know I didn't prepare you for this. In your own perspective, what do you think is a challenge we need to overcome so that at least we can have Kenyans and even the region appreciate that insurance is there to help?
I think the penetration is low because as insurers, we are only basically going to the market where the people are already insured. We are selling in urban areas. We are selling it to we are selling solutions to motorists, to people who already have a house and they already have an insurance because the financier might won't require it. So we are actually going only for the market which is already insured. And then we undercut each other. So to get that business, keep that business in our books, we reduce the premiums or we undercut to get new business. For us, we are looking at how can we increase our penetration in this market. And that's where we come in microinsurance, specifically the cover for farmers and livestock. What we want to do is farmers and the cattle owners and dairy farmers to understand that by insuring their crop or their livestock, they will benefit when there is an event. Now on crop, the cover that we are giving is really climate cover. So what happens is that if we can actually get them to understand and benefit from insurance, we will see that they will now start taking out other covers. And then we will be in the rural areas where the majority of our people live. The premiums will be small, but the penetration will be large. And that's what we are actually want to make sure that we can do that.
Excellent.
And hopefully we will find penetration going from 2.7 to maybe 4.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I love that you even addressed the question I would have wanted to ask you later on about climate change, which is affecting a lot of some of these farmers that you're talking about and what you have been doing on that. And that's a colorful way of seeing that you're already moving to the farmers and to those people in the rural areas. Let's talk a little bit industry. And you have navigated tough times. And why I'm saying that is because the industry has faced failures. For example, we have companies that have gone down. We had companies by the names of Resolution Health and the likes and all that. And policyholders are worried about insurers' financial health. Yes, and definitely when one of your sisters or brothers has an effect, it definitely can shake the entire industry. So my question to you is, what measures as APA have you put in place to ensure that you will never find yourself even closer there? Because we pride in the brand.
Yes, no, I think it's very, very important. I think one thing that we have is that we are serious players in this business. Our motto is that we must settle the claims. Yeah. If there are a rightful claim, it must be paid. And not only we should not be taking time, we must pay it quickly. But our shareholders insist that we must meet with we must be totally compliant. We must have the right shareholding, and as management, we must make sure that we do not we do not actually become non-compliant in any respect. Yeah. So what it is that as APA Apollo, we are if you even look at our balance sheet, if you look at our financials, you will see that we have fairly large reserves. Okay. And these reserves are there, there's nobody can touch those reserves except when it is to pay the claims. Okay. And we do not want to be in any area where any of our clients will say that a claim that was due is not paid. It's not paid. Yeah. So unlike our competitors, some of them who have gone down, our financial strength is important, and our shareholders' support is also extremely important. But since the inception of APA, since the inception of Apollo in 1977, we have never asked shareholders to put in extra money. Yeah. So it can show that we actually are really careful with the way we deal with our finances, and we make sure that we are always solvent. Wow. That's good, and that's a strong position, especially in terms of growth for your shareholders as well. One of the key things that we have seen in the industry, there's a lot of, accountability that is expected, especially when it comes to matters sustainability and all that. And specifically, I want to draw attention to the implementation of IFRS 17, which brings in greater transparency and discipline in pricing and reserve setting. So my question to you is this: are there any particular areas you've had to adjust to reconsider under this new framework, and how are you adopting it?